I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And it was really one of the first things we connected on. It was one of the first things we started talking about when we met, was just the different things that we wanted to do in the world and how passionate we were about seeing change. I think that was, that's what got date 2 in the books, probably.
Plenty to talk about.
My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is October 21st, 2023. It is 5:28 a.m. So this is my back end. 3,404 subscribers. New subscribers, welcome. Revenue, $334.41. Right now, I should have, they should deposit something on my account. So I don't know how much they deposit, because on the 21st, that's when the new cycle began. So apparently, YouTube does not want to approve my PYTE channel. It seems like, I don't know, it seems like they want me to delete some of my videos, and I'm not gonna delete them. Let me go into it to show you what's going on. Okay, so I have some videos. They gave me a community strike a while back from some old video to get me to this point. Okay, and then now I have these videos. These are videos that are on how do you call this, on Patreon, unlisted, so nobody will see it on YouTube. They are on Patreon. And when I go to filter looking for copyright, I have absolutely none. Okay, I delete some of the videos that had some issues, even though YouTube was okay with it. But for some reason, the people who's reviewing to see if I should be on the monetization program have some issues with other videos. But here, this is what I should be concerned about: copyright. YouTube does not have anything against me on copyright issue, but they refuse to approve this channel. So I don't know. I'm not gonna delete my videos. Okay, some of these videos that has Harry and Meghan, whatever. By now, whoever's new to this channel haven't recognized PYTE. This is my main channel, but it seems like I'm gonna have to make this channel private. Some of these videos, when I have time, occasionally I will be putting each of these videos. I have about 676 videos there. I'm probably gonna have to transfer them into Patreon. So if you guys wanna see them, they're gonna be on Patreon. But for now, feel free to go check them out, but I'm not gonna delete them. I feel comfortable with them. I have no issues with them. I didn't disrespect anybody. It's just the fact that I'm talking about Harry and Meghan in a positive way. I'm not gonna delete them. So I don't know, maybe it's gonna take me a while. Maybe within 3 years, occasionally, every now and then, I'll transfer some of these videos. All I have to do, put the links on Patreon. And then from this point on, you will not be able to see those videos. So I suggest you go watch them. Okay? So let's go back to my other channel. And because of that, because PYTE will be somewhat private, people will not be able to see them, there's a possibility I might create another channel to make this as a backup for this channel, because this channel here, Team Sussex, was a backup of PYTE, because I had a sense that YouTube was aiming on doing what they did now. Okay, so I need to create a backup of this channel. So I'm probably gonna create another channel, and maybe this one, I don't know, keep it as, Harry and Meghan things, and the other one, the backup, will be a little bit of politics. Maybe that's what I'll do. Make the other one a backup as a politics, and if they decided to demonetize this one, the other one will be another Harry and Meghan channel. Okay, the same way this has become my main channel now. Alright, so this is my back end and my analytic, same thing. The channel is growing, but my money is going down. Look at this here. Your hard work paid off. Publishing more help your channel get 42% more views than usual. Alright, but the revenue remain like that. So let me just focus on what I enjoy doing. Let me not focus on the money, even though I need money, people. Everybody needs money. So if you wanna help support my channel, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Cash App. You guys could donate through there. So yeah, that's it. Alright, so let's get into the business of what I will be sharing with you. Alright, I didn't record anything yesterday and probably the day before too. I don't remember, but I took a while before I record, but I've been posting a lot of things on my community board. So I came across a lot of stuff. The things that I posted on my community board, I decided not to share them on this video, unless if there's something I remember I need to give my thought on. Maybe in the future I'll go back to them. But you need to check my community board because I post a lot of tweets that I find very interesting and for you guys to see them. So these, I didn't mention them. Alright, so the last time I was on the computer, these 4 tweets, okay, I had put them on the list. So before I started recording now, I just added 15 more tweets. There they are here, up to here. 15 more tweets. Okay, so I have 19 tweets to talk about on this channel. There's a possibility I might split it into 2. And then these regarding Invictus, that's another channel for charity. I don't want to mess with that at all. I want to keep it purely about Harry and Meghan's charitable work. So when I have time or I'm in the mood to talk about that channel, I'll record this and hopefully I'll add more stuff. And then there's this here. This list is growing. I have to be in the mood to talk about the war. Okay, maybe that new channel that I plan on creating, maybe I'll post these there. Okay, I don't know. You guys give me a name for that channel. Maybe backup of a backup. I don't know. Okay, not that I really want to create another channel, but I see the trend of YouTube. But I know I'm not talking negative about anybody. I just give my humble opinion of things. You may not agree with what I said. I've had people who disagreed with some of the thing I said about the Sussexes or about some of the tweets that I come across. So I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, so maybe the new channel that I plan on recording, these, when I decided to record them, it will go on that channel. That will be the first thing I'll do. And then keep the war off of this channel now. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud while I'm recording. Alright, so let's go on Twitter. So this is the first tweet. I have to wake up my son in a few. Today is Saturday. He has a meet, but I will not be going. I think this is the tweet. I will not be going because my youngest have to go someplace else. My husband will be going. Alright, so first tweet. I think it's more about job performance. It's almost been a full decade since their last successful tour, and that was only because baby George was there. So this is making reference to William and Kate, and I guess they're doing some sort of a tour. I don't know. I haven't been really focused on Twitter that much. I've been going to the gym, so I don't have that much time anymore. So I just added another baggage for myself. Alright, so she retweeted that, Pagan Trelawney. It's glaring that Wink, William and Kate are no longer sent outside on tours to represent the king. They don't seem to be invited to state dinners anymore either. Seems like all that self-aggrandized briefing didn't go down well with the Tempon twins because they clearly been sidelined. Okay, so she's making reference also to William not being invited. Maybe I should look for this tweet where is it Netherlands? No, not Netherlands. What country is that? That the invite and uninvite from the mother during the let me look for it instead of me trying to. Let me look for it. So this is the video that I was making reference to. I'll come back to this. This will be the next tweet that I discuss. I completely forgot what I was talking about on here, but let's get back to this. Alright, so I just added one more to the list. Okay, it's glaring that William and Kate are no longer sent outside on tours to represent the king. They don't seem to be invited to state dinners anymore either. Okay, so this is why I wanted to bring the other one, the other tweet in. Because she's making reference to this state dinner. Okay, seems like all that self-aggrandized briefing didn't go down well with the Tempon twins, because they clearly been sidelined. Okay, so let's read some more. So that's a little thread. Even at the royal wedding in Jordan, you could see how stilted they are even among the peers. Team Wells no longer represent Britain as well at all. Voda has telegraphed to expect to see them together less often. Even their official Instagram account rarely posts photos together. There is very clearly something rotten going on at KP. Although, okay, so the thread finished. I'll go into that as well, okay, because Henry retweeted Pig and Trelawney. So I'll go into that to read more about that, what other people are making reference to. Yeah, that's how I know what's going on in terms of the teas that's going on, and I'm able to put one and one together. I don't follow the royal vat. Okay, although it was somewhat predictable, it's still astonishing how unprepared and unprofessional the Wells are. It's certainly not helpful whenever the voters spend it as 40 years are still finding their feet in roles they have known and should been prepared for years ago. Treated them as teenage lovebirds when they married in their late 20s, young parents when they were in their 30s, and still figuring out the job in their 40s. It's the only way to excuse their behavior, but it does no one any favors, especially as they visually aged. That is true. So there's me here. Oh, I respond to it. Since the 19, okay, like I said, these are old tweets, so I just never recorded them. Okay, they were too busy digging a hole for Harry and Meghan. They didn't know the hole was for themselves. Yeah, 32 people like it. Let's see here. Okay, karma is a skeleton, that's for sure. I won't call it a success, as Bone was copying her mother-in-law as soon as they landed. Baby photo app was copied, not very memorable. Harry and Meghan come down, man, that was a blast. It was like Harry and Meghan come home cause they're part of our family. Okay, I'm missing something on this tweet, but okay. Till 2016, they didn't face much issues as there was no comparison to them, and they couldn't live their lives in relative privacy and laziness. But everything changed when Harry and Meghan getting married. Suddenly William and Kate face comparison, and they couldn't match up to Harry and Meghan in any way. Yeah, this is something I just cannot understand. They know this, I've said so many times, they know deep inside they cannot do the things that Harry and Meghan are doing. So why did they go and disturb that, off of the spotlight kind of thing? They could have lived their lives, enjoy their whatever laziness, like this tweet said, without any problem, but they feel like they needed the spotlight, knowing full well they cannot do some of the thing Harry and Meghan are doing. But hey, they chase them out. They make Harry and Meghan's life a living hell. Alright, so Harry and Meghan was like, I could do, okay, they are producers, they could do things, so let's leave them alone and do our own thing, because all of the things that they were doing for the institution was high-end kind of things worth billions of dollars, and they were doing it for free. So you rejected them, you get into their lives, you make their lives a miserable living hell. So hey, you wanted the spotlight, here's the spotlight, let me go do my thing. And now we see the outcome of it. There's one comment under it. Let's see here. Also, okay, she continued. Also, William suddenly saw all of Kate's weaknesses and how much a strong, talented partner can help you with the way Harry revealed and Meghan's popularity and how much good it did for Harry's project. I think it was an eye-opener for William, and it broke down his and Kate's relationship beyond repair. You know what? That's true. I'm not rejecting this comment. But the thing is that William never appreciate a damn thing in his life. Never appreciate a damn thing in his life. He wants something, he gets it. He doesn't like something, it's easy to replace. Okay, this is the thing. Everything with the institution come down to people, to people. You disrespect people, hey, they are the one who will cheer for you. They are the one who will do things for you. Even if, for instance, we know Kate can do a damn thing, okay? So I think in a way they are putting so much pressure on Kate that she become a frozen. I'm not making excuses for her, but when you look at things, sometimes she's shaking, she's scared, she's afraid to say certain things, maybe doesn't fit with the narrative of the institution or whatever. But if they had made things a little bit much easier, maybe, I don't know, train her to like something, focus on something she likes. No, because the institution like to in control of everything. They want to make sure everything that anybody is doing, they the one who make them do it. So there's Kate here. She's not interested in any of that. Like I said in one video, I said when she was in not high school, what was it, college, she created a drinking thing for a drinking club. Okay, one thing she could have switched that around, okay, knowing that, as a young person, you do a lot of silly stuff. Right? Look at Harry, for example. Perfect example. All right. When he was young, he did a lot of things that many of us don't approve of. But he learned from it. He changed and he became a better person. So the same way, Kate could have said, look, when I was young, I did this. Embrace what you did in the past. Okay, I create a drinking club, blah, 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 blah. Knowing now, she's enlightened, she's older, she understands what drinking could do. And because the UK has drinking problem, abusing, how do they call this? They have a name for it. Domestic abuse, domestic violence, and all of that. So change that. Focus on this aspect, what drinking could do. And there's a lot of little branches of other things that comes out. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink when you have kids, and don't hate your partners and all of that. There's all of these issues she could have raised around that particular aspect. But no, the institution made her go into some crazy shit that is, no matter, you have to be really, really, really into that thing, in terms of mental health, to be able to tackle the thing that she's doing, because this is a very hard topic, because the brain is very, very difficult to pinpoint one issue for everything. It's not a blueprint for everybody, because each of these issues hit people differently due to the way people grow up, due to their environment, all sort of things. Okay, so the brain is very complex. They made her do this. Of all things, the hardest thing in any subject, they made her focus on brain and mental health. Meanwhile, knowing how they treated Harry and Meghan, pretty much eliminate everything that they say. They open their mouth, we know they're BSing about mental health. Okay, so this is on them. They could have easily support Harry and Meghan, stay in the background. When Harry and Meghan ready to unveil the project, all they had to do is bring William and Kate along, go cut ribbon. And Meghan have told them she doesn't mind being in the background.
I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
And we've seen her doing that right now. Look at with the mental health, with the parents thing that mental health summit that they did in New York. They've been working with the parents for a year. You didn't hear a damn thing about it.
Thank you for asking, and also for being here with us. A year ago we met some of the families, not all of them. At that time, it was impossible to not be in tears, as I'm sure so many of you have been today hearing these stories. You hear the stories again and again and again, it's still going to have the same emotional impact because it's just that devastating.
So there's another example what Meghan have told them how she operates, but they didn't take advantage of that. But instead, they went on the things that they do best: bashing, humiliate, and do all sort of things. Now people understand their tactic. They don't want to deal with them. Okay, so let me finish with that and go to the retweet. Oh my God, this is gonna be one video itself. Also, Williamson, okay, I read this. Okay, interesting perspective. It never occurred to me that bringing Meghan into the fold will spell the end of the Wells marriage by William realizing that kind of support he could have had. But the thing is that, okay, you have a partner. Okay, you see her weaknesses. Work along with her. He's not even helping her. That's the thing. He's adding to her problem. Okay, many of you may not agree some of the thing that I'm saying, but based on the thing that I'm seeing, he's not helping her. He's adding more pain to her the same way they did to Harry and Meghan. This is his only way, creating negativity. So he is no help as well. If he saw there's a weaknesses and that, make her feel comfortable. Okay? Okay, this is why YouTube doesn't like me, because I'm telling you the truth. Okay? This is his blueprint, bashing, the same way his father is, the way the father treated Princess Diana. Okay, Princess Diana look at all the things Princess Diana did without the institution help. Instead, they bash on her for doing good things.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against her?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife of the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her? Well, there's no better way to dismantle a personality than to isolate it.
So you were isolated?
Very much so. The campaign was, in that point, was being successful. But it did surprise the people who were causing the grief. It did surprise them when I took myself out of the game. They hadn't expected that. And I'm a great believer that you should always confuse the enemy.
Who was the enemy?
Well, the enemy was my husband's department, because I always got more publicity. My work was discussed much more than him, and you know, from that point of view, I understand it. But I was doing good things, and I wanted to do good things. I was never going to hurt anyone. I was never going to let anyone down.
But you really believe that it was out of jealousy that they wanted to undermine you?
I think it was out of fear, because here was a strong woman doing her bit, and where was she getting her strength from to continue?
So it's the same blueprint of the blood institution. Again, I don't know how Harry was able to be the decent human being that he has become, but this is their blueprint, the way William and Charles are. You saw your wife is weak on something, don't bash. Okay? Look, and then it's her fault as well, because when you see Meghan doing this kind of thing, what should have you done? Okay? At least enlighten your husband and say, look, make him see something different. Said, look, they doing all those work. Let's just team up with them and talk to them. But instead, she joined on the bashing. So that's what you get. Okay? This is what a partner is supposed to be. When one is down, you help them up. When the other one is down, you do the opposite as well. Okay? So she was no help either. So she deserved what she's getting too. And knowing as well, she grew up on the outside. Okay? She grew up on the outside. She should have known how life really operates. But instead, she joined in. But then again, the institution made them seem that they are that powerful. So she joined the power force. But again, I don't know. The same thing with Ford Fiesta, the same way with Kate. They just don't have the ability to see their own self-worth. That's what it is. They don't see their own self-worth to say, okay, the institution is doing something wrong here. I'm not going to participate in it. Okay, they could do whatever they want, but this is wrong, because many of them had experienced it themselves. This is the thing I can never understand. This goes back to what really got me into looking into the institution, because of Ford Fiesta. Because when Meghan was pregnant, I was, occasionally just peeking. Okay, for those who are new, my channel is going. For those who are new, I was not into the institution, into Harry and Meghan, none. But when I saw, as a person in the United States, you're happy for Meghan married into the royal family, because you had that huge expectation of the institution. So you poke in. Oh, let me see how Meghan is doing. Oh, this and that. You happy for her. But every freaking time I look at the headline, it's negative after negative. And then when she was pregnant, reading some tweet, I find out that Ford Fiesta had a miscarriage. And I was like, what? How could this be true? Because someone who experienced something like that should have understand that Meghan is in a vulnerable situation right now. At that time, she was pregnant with Archie. Let me find out. I think it's on PYTE. This is why I'm not going to delete my PYTE channel. I'm going to throw all of these on Patreon. I could forget about PYTE. I don't care about it anymore. But the videos, I'm not going to delete. Okay? So I look into that. And I was like, and I found out it was true. Whatever Twitter was saying. I don't believe everything Twitter said. But I went and do my own research and found out, yes, she had a miscarriage. She had issues. Look at her daughter. I think right now her daughter has some hearing problem or eye issues, I think. Or something like that. All of this should have put things in perspective for Ford Fiesta. But no, what did they do? They all joined in. Look at the Commonwealth thing when Meghan wore that green and all of that. Okay, the look that they gave Meghan. All of this make people want, what were they thinking? Okay, so they joined the thing that they thought they powerful force with. But they don't know is, it's the raindrop. Okay, they are one of raindrop that make the institution what it is. But if you remove each of those raindrop, they're not that powerful. This is what Harry and Meghan did. Harry and Meghan removed themselves. They were just a raindrop within the institution, which make everybody see the institution very powerful. But now they remove themselves and say, no, I'm not going to participate in this negativity. What happened now? Now that big flood, this powerful institution is crumbling down. This is those women in the institution, they don't see their force, their power within the institution, but instead they join in to create a mental health on other people and all of that. So whatever they get, it's up to them because they deserve it, because they make the institution become that. So they're gonna be part of that crumbling thing. I don't give a shit how they fall out now. And I have some stuff regarding Middleton's parents. Okay, so this is what I got out of this. Okay, that's gonna be one tweet. Because what minute? Okay, I have 25 minutes. Alright, so let's finish with that. Marriage by William, realizing that kind of support he could have had. Okay, again, this is where he should have helped, make things easy for her. But instead, he add more pain to her. Okay, this is all of their little bubble of negativity that's circulating within that institution. They deserve each other. Okay, that come down to this after all of the things that I've said. All right, let's continue. Of course, a woman like that will never settle for an entitled bum, no matter what his titles. Okay, so I said I'm gonna go into that. That was a retweet of Pig and Trelawney. Okay, it's glaring that William and Kate are no longer sent outside on tours to represent the king. They don't seem to be invited to state dinners anymore either. Seems like all that self-aggrandizing briefing didn't go down well with the Tempon twins because they clearly been sidelined. Okay, this is why I'm gonna bring this into that, because they're not inviting them. Okay, so let's read some of the comment under Pig and Trelawney. The Rangers must be mad. There's a laugh. A lot of them have noticed and have been abusing Charles and Camilla, completely blowing up the lie that they were ever fans of the monarchy. That's their problem. You live, you feed on negativity, so it has to come back to haunt you. Royalists and fighting, oh no, there's that. I know, right? That's also possible. The British royal family know that Kate and William are separated, so just easing the way for Willie to establish his own presence without her, as we have been seeing. Okay, and then the official announcement of the William and Kate. Now that is a different perspective. Yeah, because I think they're already separating, they're living in a different mansion and all of that. Here it is done and here it is paid. Expression we use a lot here in Brazil, more or less the law of karma. Okay, I like that. I don't think they sideline Charles and Camilla, just don't want them anywhere near them if it's not necessary for fear of being outshined. Okay, so they've been sidelined because if they're not allowed near the king and queen or not sent to represent the king and queen. Alright, so all this is in the making of the men in gray suit, as much as you may not believe. Okay, they don't want to be blamed for it, but they leading them to self-destruction. Okay, look, there's another video that I have regarding is it Netherlands king who went to South Africa? I don't know if it's new or if it's old, but there's some stuff going on. Okay, that was so incredibly petty. Okay, that's someone that I black. What did that here? Did I black this person? I guess so. The no tiara at the coronation was a large sign, and the fact that Kate and Charlotte wore circlets of silver flowers which could almost pass as tiaras but they ain't, just show how petty it's getting. There's a definite power struggling going on. Okay, you spent your days spewing hatred. What kind of a life is that? I actually feel sorry for you. Hope whatever pain you're masking by doing this is resolved and that you can live life to its fullest soon. Likes for hate is not fulfilling long term. What is he talking about? Okay, you've clearly confused me with someone else, but that's okay. Wishing you well at the same time. I don't know what this is talking about. Okay, love that for them. There's a laugh. If they had treated Harry and Meghan with respect and fairness, they will still be there to do all of that. Now they're stuck with William and Kate. One can barely speak and one can barely speak and only get attention for the clothes she wears, while the other one is just whatever. Will he overplay his hand following the queen's death? And crafty old Camilla now has what she always wanted, the title of queen, access to all the bubbles she's been paraded before her by every royal woman all these years, and both of Diana's boys are out of the way. Mission accomplished. Yep, I think so too. Yep, that is true. Right, Betty, Phil, and Chuck had or developed some charm. These two are the bottom percentile on the charm scale. It's becoming apparent to government they are not qualified for the role. The time where they could have improved gone. Foreign royals are more charming. It's the job. But he will still inherit the throne unprepared and lazy. You know what? Let's forget about this. We're done with this. Let's go into that, and that will be the end of this video. That's just the first 2 tweets, and I just added this. And I need to wake up my son. Let me go wake him up. So I have to add this tweet after the last one. Okay, Eden, Prince William and Kate should be friendlier with European royals. Okay, so there's me here, responded 9 hours ago. After what he did to his own brother, he has shown to the world the crappy of a person he is. If he could do what he did to his brother, what makes you think he won't do the same to them? He silenced his mother, so who needs an idiot like this near them? They don't want him to blab to his British media. That's that. There was another tweet that I put regarding that. Regarding the invite and uninvite, I have to look for it. Maybe it's another tweet similar to that. Okay, self-important, work shy really, and stay at home mom Kate just don't have the conversational skill or motivation to interact. They're becoming caricature of themselves. That's right. This is the thing where they were digging the hole for Harry and Meghan. Meanwhile, it was for them. Really, and copycat think they are better than any royal. Okay, they weren't invited. The European royals know how important it is to build connection with the public because they are aware that monarchy's popularity has been going down over the last few decades. The policy goes against the rich way of thinking of the British royal family. Okay, they know these two just argue and no intelligent conversation. That's true. Okay, no Maureen. The Windsors ruin all the fun. The other European monarchies at least make an effort to modernize. Okay, I guess I need to bring the other one. What happened in South Africa. He will make George seem less special, standing with the future kids to the throne. The monarchy is literally on thin ice. Yeah, all of them, I think. Most people can pick George out of a lineup. I don't see it getting any better from here. Yep, okay, they feel they are better than the Europeans or any other royals for that matter. They want to roll with the American superstars. Okay, still think they weren't invited. Who will want mumbles, make jazz hands? Oh my god, make jazz hand. They're trying to communicate while her husband gives her dirty looks. Alright, after this, that's it. They weren't invited. Nobody wants their toxicity energy. What's with hands, Kate? William got that same kind of look again every time Miss Mumble says something. Alright, so let me look for that other tweet similar to this. So forget it. I can't find the video. Maybe I didn't really respond on it, or maybe I deleted it. Okay, so let me add one more. I just added something that I saw while I was searching for the other video. Is this one. Okay, so there's this here. This is worth sharing because I just spotted it. Yeah, everyone knows who started the campaign against Harry and Meghan, and everybody knows why. Okay, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. There will be screenshots. Okay.
Isn't that the case?
No, absolutely not. No, I mean, and if we're talking about why this whole, Harry Meghan thing started, it started because several years ago, if you cast your mind back, the Queen was and always will be the most popular royal. But second to that was Harry. It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple, it put everybody's noses out of joint. The establishment wanted to retain the monarchy as it was, to boost William and Kate, and the media, the Daily Mail and the Telegraph in particular, fed those lines.
Well, I agree with everything until you said the last bit. I think that somebody in the palace decided to take them down a peg or two, and it went too far.
Absolutely.
But it's all history now, isn't it?
It's not history.
They all know. They all know who was causing all of this nonsense. Alright, so Harry and Meghan left. Nobody was on their side to help them. Even people they donate to shut their mouth. They didn't want to be sidelined or be bombarded by hate and all of that. This is the thing. You see something wrong, you speak up, because the next person, they're gonna do the same thing too. But nobody united for the common good. But instead, they're afraid. They expect someone else to do it for them and all of that. So Harry and Meghan removed themselves from that toxicity. So Harry is trying to look for peace and quietness and to raise his family.
But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to. That I would step my family back from all I have ever known, to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
So Harry is trying to look for peace and quietness and to raise his family, but they keep on causing him unnecessary pain. So, and Meghan then grew up in this nonsense. So it really didn't make sense for them to stay there. So this is what happened.
Because, for instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know,
you never win.
You never win, but the media will always be at war with you.
And this is the thing. This is what they're good at. And they're already telling people, don't fight the media because the media will come after you. There's Meghan who said, no, you did something wrong. You invade my privacy. You went and intercept my letter and did what you did with it, put it public when I wanted it to be private between me and my father. So you need to be called to court. Okay, she won. And then everybody else is afraid. They're already putting things in your head through the media. Don't you dare call the media to court. Let them abuse you mentally. Meghan was like, no, you did something wrong. I'm going to call you to court. And she won. And these are the things that I have on PYTE. I'm going to be putting them on Patreon. Let's continue.
Daily Mail does everything drip, 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 poison.
And it's not like Harry and Meghan never use the media, of course. I mean, that Oprah Winfrey.
If you were in that position, you would fight back too.
I'm glad she responded to her that way too. Because if you were in that position, the Oprah interview happened because of the nonsense they keep on putting out there. So they needed to make it clear. Okay, they need to make it public, let people know their side. Because throughout Meghan's time in the UK, all we were hearing was the BS from the tabloid, painting her as this kind of a person when she's not, paying people to lie about her. So
know we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing. Right. You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
She had to come and tell her truth. Alright? So these are the people who's adding to make the institution that kind of a powerful. That woman, I don't know which one who said it. Maybe her? Sound like her voice, maybe? That doesn't sound like this lady's voice. Maybe her. I don't know who said it. But You know very well how the institution, the media operates over there, and then blaming it as if Meghan never used it. They have to use it in the right way. Meghan have said it. When she has a platform, she understands the platform that she has, and she use it for good.
I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me, I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate, I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously.
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable, Well, I feel a really big responsibility. Like if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really, truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine, sure. We can have that conversation. But I'd also like to talk about
Women's rights.
Women's rights and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
So she used the platform that she has to make sure her truth come out after all the BS the people keep on telling about her.
You would absolutely fight back. I wouldn't. Some of the blatant lies.
Oh, so that's her.
They don't tell blatant lies. Oh, the media has lied
So it was her.
consistently.
There it is.
Okay. Fabricated. Robert
This is a little bit more. This is a little bit more than the one that I have. Wow. Okay, so let's continue. Listen, I need to record this by itself because this is more than the version of that tweet that I have, of that video.
Casey, the royal historian, is publishing a new book, and I've read the extract in the Times this morning, talking about the whole affair. Ken Wolfe, the personal bodyguard, talked about the jealousy that William felt for Harry from childhood. So there's a lot more. Yes. So there's a lot more going on. A lot more going on than we.
Yeah, and we've seen it through pictures as well. Pictures, videos, and everything. So she's spot on. She's telling the truth.
Realise.
Why, William and Kate were often accused of elbowing out the Sussexes, and what he insinuates is that actually Kate, which has not been reported very widely, was in fact quite jealous of Meghan in the early days of Meghan arriving at Kensington Palace because of the huge bubble of publicity around her and the glamour she brought. She was a former actress.
They compared it to Diana even at some points, right at the beginning when she first came over, and a lot of people were saying that she brought that same kind of light and joy and glamour that Diana.
Oh, so now they're telling the truth. They're telling the truth. No. So out of jealousy, this is what happened. Meghan knows her worth. And she said, forget this garbage place. All right, you want the spotlight? Take it. And then the light just followed them along. Follow Harry and Meghan. Okay, let's see this here. All right, true, except Harry was the most popular royal. The Queen had to be the most popular royal, and that's why they put her ahead of Harry. Okay, that part. Who's this incredible blonde woman? She speak truth. Yeah. So the woman and men in the last segment, it's nice to see some journalists who are not tethered to KP. When was this taped? This was a while ago because I have a version of it, but I don't have all of that. This is a bit longer. Okay, so let me add, you know what, let's just do the old tweets, and then during the day I'll record the rest, the 15 one, because I've added to this already. Okay, so this is Henry VIII. This started up here, discussion. It's racism. They want people to believe their attack aren't motivated by her skin color, so they want people to believe she is white. Okay, so I bookmarked this, but it started here from Pig and Trelawney. Let's go into Pig and Trelawney. These are the people, the squaddies, who's been there for a very long time, who bring good conversation. Two silly but weird things I've learned from being in this space. It's a lot of white people don't know that black people can straighten their hair and tan. To be honest, I thought those things were pretty obvious, but apparently we all still have a lot to learn about each other. There's this. Okay, when they compare photos of black people in one country and compare their skin tone to a photo in another country, we don't all get the same sun. Okay, when the black people in my house aren't even the same skin tone. There's the laugh here. I mean, this should never, oh my God. skin tone. This is the least important things of people. The very least important things of people. But this is what these lazies have brought up front to make it somewhat to distinguish people. Oh my God. Skin tone. Wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. Those UK people, because I know it originated with them. This is the least important things about people. Skin tone. When the most important thing, okay, besides the heart, without the heart you won't be able to live. And breathing, which is second. And then third, the brain. Okay, the brain is the next important things. But no, they skip all of that. They go to the least important things. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, there's the laugh. Well, yeah, the average Black American has 24% Euro and 1% indigenous DNA. I imagine that the Euro percent is even higher for Black Brits. That is, we come in a very shade of brown, from the lightest echo to the deepest mahogany. Thus, the variance of shade in the same family. Okay, it depends. In Britain, a distinction is made between black and mixed race, so the Euro percent is unlikely to be higher. In Britain, a person known to have a black grandparents can identify as white without raising too many eyebrows. I don't know anything about that. If only they will just talk to some person of color, they could learn something. I'm currently enduring the struggling of mixing foundation for my post-vacation skin tone. I have 2 brands and 3 shades because I also tan differently in the US versus Caribbean. Okay, most women of color I know have at least a winter and summer foundation. You have to be curious to know about other people's realities, right? I think you're hitting on something relevant there. Okay, I'm be honest, growing up in the complete white in Germany, you learn nothing about this. I mean, you could understand, because if the white people don't know it, not only that, they're trying to suppress other other colors, so they're not gonna raise that. So it's the people who's interested in it have to raise it themselves. Okay, there are some great community of Black people in Germany. There's a video I have on PYTE I did a review on, is regarding a Black German. Go watch that. Sorry, eventually, maybe at some point, this video will be on Patreon. Okay, you learn nothing about this. Army base was nearby, but we weren't in the contact because most of the time they went to the next city. Only if you have close friends you learn more. Otherwise, why don't you know much? Yeah, I understand, but that doesn't explain why you want to know that Black people can not only straighten their hair as well as develop a tan. I've never met a Visigoth, but I can assume a lot of things because they were humans just like me. Okay, what? Still, apparently, I probably shouldn't be shocked at the level of ignorance in this information age, but I still am. Alright, after this, that said, wishful ignorance, I'm darker than my Hispanic husband in the summer because I stay in the sun tanning as I explore, and I'm also fairer than him in the winter. It's comical to watch him stare in awe like I'm a whole different person when he grabs my hand and notice how fair I get. One of my besties is a tan addict. She and her sister both use sunbeds despite all the risks involved. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Look like so far with just the few videos that I have, I'm gonna have few tweets that I have, I'm just gonna create one video of it, and then the new tweets, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is where I am now. So this gonna be on another video. 15 gonna be on another video, and I'll record it later in the day because people is gonna get up. I just wake up my son, he has to get ready, he has a meet, and then later on I have to wake up my youngest, he has to go to church. Okay, let's continue. William, quote, I'm not an expert on it at all. I've been reliably informed it's a sapphire with some diamonds. I'm sure everyone recognized it from previous time. End quote. Also, William, quote, I'm committed to being weirdly and creepy obsessed with my sister-in-law engagement ring. So there must have been something written on the tabloid about him talking about the ring. Okay, so I had this on my list since the last time I last recorded. So let's talk about it. Okay, I thought they used a diamond that was Diana's to create Meghan's ring, wait a second. Then it's from her collection, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's some stuff from Botswana and all of that. Okay, could be wrong though. In that case, there is no intact ring to locate. It was given to Harry and he remade it. Okay, I'll go into that. Okay, are they implying they stole it? Who knows what goes on? Who knows what goes on in their demented head? Okay, hold up. What did I miss about William and Meghan's ring? Okay, his right wing's pals, was it GBs? Okay, claiming William is committed to finding a ring that isn't missing. What? Nor has anything to do with him or the royal family, or to deflect from the official state jewelry worth £80 million, last worn by Kate and Camilla, that isn't in the royal collection. If they bring Meghan's name into this mix, Meghan will sue their ass for that. The only thing that was involved with Meghan with jewelry was the freaking what do you call this, the thing when she was getting married, because Princess Diana's family was the crown. Was it the tiara? Whew, I can't even think of the word. The tiara is after they realized that Meghan was gonna wear Princess Diana tiaras. They quickly tried to make men's. They didn't want Princess Diana named and any of this stuff. And I spoke very vigorously about this. Okay, the core issue that I got with this, and I'm still feeling the same way. Now I'm going on a different branch here, and I'll get back into this straight. Okay, the core issues with the Princess Diana tiara, because Meghan's veil was designed around Princess Diana's tiara. So last minute, when the institution found out Meghan was gonna wear Princess Diana's tiara, they quickly tried to make her wear one of the Queen's tiara. And what I come to believe about this, my humble opinion, is that William's godmother, the one with Ogani, what's her name, the one who had issue with the sister place thing, okay, with where she come from and all of that woman, they made her, I believe, to be a helper of Meghan. But what I believe they made her do instead is to be a spy in there. My humble opinion. Okay, to be eye and ears what was going on around Harry and Meghan's circle. So I think she was the one who talked to the institution, this is what Meghan's gonna do. And then with that information, they quickly tried to give Meghan one of the Queen's tiaras. Okay, but with that being said, but the core issue here is that Meghan's veil was designed. Okay, the core issue here, design. Okay, around Princess Diana's tiara. Even though physically the tiara was not there, but the sentiment, the feeling, the inner, you know, when they say your inner feeling, your spiritual, your, what's the term of what's the word that I'm looking for? Your instinct, all these things. Okay, because when you die, you don't even go with your body. You go with, I'm assuming, I never been dead. I never been dead to come back and tell you what you go with, but it's your personality, the things you have done, the things that people remember of you. Okay, so this is the thing that Meghan's veil have resemble to me. It designed around Princess Diana tiara. Even though physically the tiara wasn't there, but the inner feeling, the spiritual, the things you cannot see, you cannot touch, but the sentiment of it was there. Even though it was the Queen's physical tiara that was there, but the sentiment of Princess Diana was still there. Okay? And I think Princess Diana will understand why Meghan chose the Queen's one, because she was in there. Okay, she understands the way these people operate, and I think she could forgive them for choosing that instead of hers. But the key issue we need to remember is the design aspect around Princess Diana tiara. Okay, I even talk about when the Queen died, when Philip died. Okay, they put the objects on top of the coffin. Did they take it with them? No. Okay, so this is for those who are new. Okay, this is what I've said in previous videos regarding that aspect of it. This is the way that I see it. Okay, So there's that. And then now come to this. If they're having issues with jewelry and all of that, okay, this is the only thing they could connect Meghan with is just the tiara. And then she gave it back. Not only that, they gave her a hard time to give it. Alright? So this is their own bubble. That's up to them. Okay, why is Prince pegging obsessed with Meghan? Okay, I think KK Kate and Camilla stole 80 million worth of jewelry, and now to deflect trying to blame Meghan, Nacho said it's BS. Oh, did he? Did he respond to that? Where did Nacho come into that? The jewelry got missing after coronation, after Miss Kelly, Queen Elizabeth II's dresser, was asked to leave and Camilla put her person there. You know, I mean, with my assumption, no matter who, let me blur this part out, because Kate doesn't have a say. Okay, Meghan wasn't at the coronation and her husband left the cathedral before the service was over, clutching his coat hangers, okay, on his way to the airport to US. Thank God. These people, anything you near them, they create a nonsense around you. So there's no reason for you to be around them. This is why they're not inviting these people in their circle, because everywhere they go, they create a nonsense around it. Alright, so I'm done with this. Let's go to the last one. And then the 15 other tweet will be on a different video. Alright, because the house is going to be noisy. Oh my God, this is a lot. Okay, I forgot about this. Okay, in the summer of 2023, the Daily Mirror was writing 17 articles a day about Prince Harry and Meghan's marriage, and 0 articles about Queen Elizabeth, who had given 70 years of her life while suffering from bone cancer and pumped with medicine for photo apps. Who's really the queen? Okay, so let's see here. I may not read all, but this is legible. Okay. Hack Watch, Splitting Airs is your news website in need of copy. Okay, so read this. All right, so there's too much here. There's too much. I'm not gonna spend the next oh my God, I'm almost an hour. I didn't even do half of the thing. Okay, 136 articles during the coronation that she didn't attend, and people want to compare them to a Danish royal buying groceries in New York. Oh, did she? Okay, this is news to me. Reminder, Harry came to the coronation but said nothing and did nothing. Meghan didn't and said nothing and did nothing. 136 predominantly negative article from May 4th to 7th. There's this here. Okay. It took Nacho Figueroa to say BS. Oh, I remember this. Well, it's in one of my videos. I remember it. And all he did was say BS. I remember that article, but I forgot the full context. Was it People magazine? Yeah. For those baseless articles to disappear, these pirates with press passes create the news when their mandate is to report it. Okay, they are not fit to be called journalists, no integrity whatsoever. They are disgusting, despicable, and disgrace. I'm so thankful Prince Harry and Meghan left the toxicity and are thriving. Okay, 17 days when they had left the UK years ago. Okay, my good sis will always be famous because of the UK media. They create the mess and their trolls continue to fan the flame. Okay, God is there to protect them. What does that say about them? They're obsessed. Okay, and constantable. Okay, that's a different language. The Daily Fail is a gossip rag, not a newspaper. Summer of 2023, Her Majesty, was it LMTQ, had been dead nearly a year. Okay, that's that. What's the L? Her Majesty the Queen. I think the L is mistaken. When Queen of Tabloid, she must be so excited. What? What are they talking about? Okay, I don't understand. Okay, the UK media sickness and corruptive monetization scheme was using hate via propagandistic conduct to brainwash the 66.8 million UK resident. This behavior is not only deceptive but wickedly destructive for the well-being of a once mighty empire. And this is the thing they made Charles believe. The story I have with Charles was that the minute the Queen's father passed, okay, because Charles was toddler, and the Queen, they sent her in many places outside of the country. Meanwhile, Charles stays home while they putting BS in his brain to make him believe that the the tabloid is what will make him popular. Okay, and now we get the result of that BS. Okay, or what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. There's the laugh. Okay, wow, Kardashian level fame. Alright, so that is it for this part here. Okay, I was supposed to continue with this, but this is gonna be another video. Oh, not these, not Invictus. Invictus is for another one. Alright, so these will be on another video. If I have energy, I'll record them later today. So let's do a prayer. Prayer for light to shine. Gods of light, okay? For gods. What the hell? Did I put it here? For gods of light to shine. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so there is prayer for God of light to shine. Okay, grant me the humility to allow your light to shine through the cracks in my life, shine through the broken places in our institutional church and in our world, so that all may be healed. In the name of Jesus, the true light of the world. Amen. Okay, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And please subscribe to my Patreon, because yeah, YouTube, sooner or later, I believe this channel is gonna be attacked again. Alright, because from what I'm reading, some of the royal rats are moving to YouTube, so they want to make way for them. This is what I'm feeling right now. Alright, so I don't know, maybe I'll reduce price. I don't know, if I really don't know. There's on my Patreon, they have I have $5, $10, and what did I have? Even $50. That doesn't mean you have to do the $50. It's those who have big pockets, okay, who feel like, you know, they could give a little bit extra. But technically everybody on Patreon will see the exact same videos. Okay, so yeah, I really hope you guys subscribe to follow me on Patreon. I don't normally put brand new videos all the time, but it's just another way for you to support me, because what I wanted to do was create everything that I'm talking about, the Sussexes, their charities, everything free on YouTube. But those who could support me will be on, you know, could either do Patreon, could do PayPal, could do Cash App, because, you know, it takes time to do all of these. So that is it. Let me start editing this video. Hopefully by the time everybody's out the house, I have to take my son to his religion class, and then be back and record the other ones. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for your support.